Hey everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, check me out on IG elevation_mentor. So today we're going to talk about 3 investments that are very important to make so you don't have to work again. All right. So the point of this is to set yourself up for the future. Because if you don't set yourself up for the future, then you may have to work for the rest of your life, right? Okay, so number one, real estate. Why is real estate so important? So, real estate is real, it's something physical that you can see is there. It doesn't have the fluctuations of the stock market. People will always need a place to live. So, you get investment property, they pay you rent, and you invest in real estate for income. You have monthly rent coming in on a monthly basis. And eventually, you get to the point where you have enough rent coming in to cover all of your expenses, where you would be considered financially free. Financially free means your assets cover all of your liabilities. At that point, you are financially free. All right. So, real estate, it puts some money in your pocket every month. So you're investing for cash flow, you're investing for income. So instead of only depending on a job, you would get income from other sources. And one of those sources is real estate, instead of just depending on a job. Also, with real estate, you get tax breaks, you get what is called depreciation. So the profit that you make for the entire year of investing, you don't have to pay completely 100% taxes on it. You would pay a tiny amount of taxes, but you take what is called depreciation, meaning that you don't pay as much taxes as you would pay with income coming from a job. So you get to keep the majority of that income in your pocket. So you're going to talk to your real estate attorney and your accountant to make sure that everything is being done legally. All right. Also, another benefit of real estate is that it will allow you to, well, the property appreciates, right? So that's a bonus. It appreciates. So you buy it for 100,000 and now it's worth 300,000. So when you get ready to sell it, you can do what is called a 1031 exchange. And that allows you to buy another property without paying taxes. So you're selling something and keeping all of the money. None of it is going to taxes. And you use it to buy another property. And that's called a 1031 exchange. So you're going to use the professional 1031 exchangers to help you to do that legally and flip it into something bigger. All right. This is what the real estate investors are doing. So, number one, real estate, very important. Um, number two, Number two is investing in things like gold, physical gold, things that you wouldn't ordinarily think of, like physical gold. And with the young generation is investing in Bitcoin. So this is in the event that something happens with the US dollar. So you hear a lot of hearsay about the US dollar. Like, is the US dollar going to crash? You have these other countries that are trying to become the superpower, right? So, physical gold and Bitcoin. So, these are more protectionary type measures. way of diversification, so you don't have all of your money in one place. So that's the number two investment. Physical gold. Does anyone watch me have physical gold? I remember reading an article a long time ago that told me that the Asian population is stacking up on gold, like stacking gold. I remember reading that, and I read that a long time ago. So, is anyone watching me, have you purchased physical gold? I know it's not something that, most people don't usually think about buying that, because you just buy it and then you just keep it in a safe somewhere, Anyone watching me have physical gold? So that is the second investment. Thinking about that and buying some physical gold. Also, Bitcoin. Um, as far as Bitcoin goes, some people are bullish and other people are bearish. So, whichever way that you're comfortable with, right? So, that's the second investment that's important. Bitcoin, Bitcoin is kind of shaky, right? Because you've heard the stories of people losing a lot of money, right? Because they have it in the wrong place. And then there are other people that have become millionaires and billionaires with Bitcoin. And they're on YouTube. All you had to do is YouTube Bitcoin millionaire and you'll see them. And then on the other side of that, you'll see the people that are in jail for doing fraudulent things with Bitcoin, like stealing people's money. So you see both sides of it. So to weigh your risks, if you're not too comfortable with it, um, being bearish is fine as long as you're in it. All right. And then other people are bullish on that. So that's the second investment. And then, there are a lot of other cryptos besides Bitcoin. Some people really get into the Bitcoin cryptos, not only Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's a whole bunch of different cryptos. Some people really get into the cryptos. So that's the second thing. Very important. And then number three, the number third very important investment is business. And so you can invest in business in several different ways. And this is just a recap. One way is investing through the stock market. So when you're in the stock market, you're actually investing in businesses, right? So think of some of the businesses that you use now. Say, for example, anyone wears Nike shoes, right? So if you were to invest in that business, that's essentially what you're doing by being in the stock market. So there's no reason to be leery of the stock market. You're investing in businesses, actual physical businesses of things that you wear and use and eat every day, So that's one way to invest in a business. Other ways to invest in business is investing in a startup, right? So startups are brand new businesses, and it's not guaranteed if that business is going to survive or if that business is going to fail. But if the business survives, then your money would shoot up. And Amazon is an example of that. So when Amazon was brand new, some people took a risk and invested in it, and then their money shot up, right? Then there are other companies that don't make it. So if the company doesn't make it, you would lose your money. So when it comes to startups, you only put in what you are willing to lose. Um, so that is another name for private equity. So a lot of rich people put a lot of their money in private equity. The last statistics I heard was 46% that rich people put 46% of their money in private equity. If there are any private equity investors watching me, feel free to reach out to me so that I can interview you. So, this private equity thing seems like it's a little secret out here. And we don't want nobody to know because we're going to have all the money to ourselves. So, any private equity investors watching me, feel free to reach out to me. All right. So, that's another way to invest in businesses. Another way to invest in business, creating your own business, whatever you're interested in. People generally tend to do things that they see. That's why expanding what you see is so important. People tend to do what they can see. So, creating your own business. Think of some of the businesses that you've seen. What are you interested in? And then hopefully, um, I can show you some things that you haven't seen by the people that I interview. So, I'm still interviewing people and I still bring people onto the show. So, perhaps you will see something that you haven't seen before that will spark your interest. There are a lot of things out here that are kind of not open to the public, if you know what I mean. Like you get in there because you know someone, if you know what I mean. So hopefully this podcast will broaden your horizons, all right? And broaden my horizons as well. All right, so another way to invest in businesses is buy a business. So you don't have to create a business, you can buy something that is already profiting from day one. And you buy that through seller financing. You reach out to the business owner and you ask them if they're willing to sell it to you through seller financing. And you pay them from the profits that the business is already making. Of course, you have to make sure that you do diligent research and make sure that you're not being scammed or ripped off in any way, and make sure that that business really is profiting. Like, get the statements in writing. What is this business making? What are the profits? What are the expenses? So you really have to do your due diligence as far as that is concerned. All right. So those are the three very important investments. Again, we got real estate, we got our gold and crypto, and then we have our business. All right. Just some things to think about. Speaking of real estate, if you're interested in joining a real estate group and doing it as a community, feel free to click on this link below and join the waitlist for the real estate group. Also, check out the pin link that I have below. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye for now.